Hi everyone, welcome to today's Altcoin Bible. In the extended version today, if you weren't aware, you can watch that if you are a newsletter subscriber. So if you're not a newsletter subscriber, make sure you do watch that session. I cover some other cryptos as well as the three I'll show you today. I also go into more depth around Bitcoin, where I see macro and markets, and also I'll share Beam, which I didn't share in this session. So let's crack straight in. So Bitcoin, long story short, it does feel like that trend that we've been noticing, that higher low, higher high trend on Bitcoin, is beginning to come to fruition, and we're going to challenge that upper range again of 70,000 and potentially the breakout above. It does seem like most markets right now are growing in confidence of a Trump victory in the US, and markets love clarity. So we could be just as well, seasonality wise, it's kind of nicely linking together that we could have that breakout into the bull market run and into the US election. So as long as Bitcoin is holding up here and moving higher, then altcoins will be positive. But like we mentioned with the bi-weekly last night with the masterminds, is if this is the move, oxygen is going to be sucked from altcoins, and Bitcoin is going to use that capital and liquidity to drive higher. After it gets higher, maybe above 70, 73, then we should see the dispersion of capital after that point. There are a few charts you should be watching as well. USDT dominance, also total 3, for what's going on around that dynamic and potentially capital rotation. All right, let's get into the altcoin chart. So my cherry ripe today is one of the majors, one of the big three, and that is Solana. It hasn't seen much love, to be honest, over the last 7 months, like Bitcoin, just been consolidating. But I will tell you guys that the longer this thing consolidates, the bigger the move it's going to make. So that is encouraging. And if you have a look at Solana here, what has it done that has made me semi-bullish on it? Well, for one, it's a low risk option, which I always want to bring you a low risk option if I can, that has got upside potential. But Solana here has closed above, importantly, its 200-day moving average. Now you can say, well, it's done it over here, all that, but yes, but we are now advancing in the cycle. Bitcoin starting to challenge its upwards range. This is the type of area that you would expect Solana to begin to move. We also have a nice inverse head and shoulders here, so left shoulder, head, and right shoulder here for Solana to make a really aggressive move. Now, for this to be confirmed, you can get a little bit aggressive here on top of the 200. I'd just be a little bit hesitant with that, because also it hasn't cleared its 200 on the Bitcoin chart, even though it's on the USD chart. I'd still be hesitant if it's lagging Bitcoin a little bit. I want further confirmation. But for the USD confirmation, I'd want to see the break up first, because this is a completely strong level that's going to hold Solana just in here. You can see this range has been ever dominant through this entire region. Flip this resistance into support, get on top of it, come back down, and then it can go higher. You might run into a little bit of resistance here on the downward trend line. Just pay attention to that. But if we get above 165, generally the path is higher, and Solana should make an all-time high over the next 6 months because of that. So everything looks reasonably nice on Sol for the short to mid and even longer term. All right, my danger zone for this week is actually what I don't cover very often. It's TAO. So like a lot of these cryptos that have just been the early movers, like the SUIs, TAO's in that bracket as well. Nothing about the chart longer term looks bad in the respect that you have to think about these things as strength leads strength, momentum leads strength. I wrote about the newsletter. These are all contending with all-time highs or breaking out to all-time highs, and they're consolidating. That is what you want to see versus a crypto that's all the way down and can't even break out of its sort of lows and create a new direction, that type of thinking. So the idea around that is, as the longer the cycle goes, these cryptos are going to continue to move and have sustainable moves. So they're just reloading for that next move higher. I think TAO's doing that. But in the short term, we just have to be watchful here that this rising wedge, and in bull markets, these rising wedges tend to break upwards, but this still does look a little bit precarious, so I want to bring it to your attention. It's nothing major, but the momentum is clearly resetting down to the 50, which is perfectly fine. We can see the trend of the momentum is clearly lower, so that's interesting there. I think just naturally this price gravitates back towards the 200, so the 20 SMA there, and then also down here in these kind of levels. And you can overlay the Fibonacci retracement on where this might go. All those levels are going to go through into this support area, so I don't mind that at all. It could have a much deeper retracement, but that is if you think that the market is primed for a big retracement after all the consolidation we've had. That's completely on you. Whether you want to think about those sort of optionality. You can always have stable coins on the side ready to go. But if 500 gets lost, then we are coming down to these kind of levels because there's just no volume between there and there. Our one to watch this week here is APTOS. So like SEI, like SUI, I think these layer ones are getting a lot of love. You can just see the capital rotating through them, so that's great. APTOS here, there's nothing much stopping it from moving to the top of the range and hitting, or at least challenging, its all-time high. So that would be, from where it is now, a really nice rise of about 90%. So that's really, really nice. But in the short term, if you're looking for entries, I'm probably looking back down towards this volume support, but just brought you to this beautiful big cup breaking out. Probably wants to retest the 10 EMA here, and then it's off, and it could start to, if it does break the all-time highs, going to sort of re-challenge some of those areas above, I think. So guys, hope you have a wonderful day. Let's hope Bitcoin continues its upwards trajectory, and altcoins will likely love that. So have a great day. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.